Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing out there? Hope everybody's doing fantastic. If you're joining for the first time, I definitely appreciate you and thank you for watching. It took them almost a year to come out with the last update. Last update they came out with was in May of 2023, and I just want to say one word to Roland. Wow, man. Wow, this update is incredible. There's actually nothing that this sampler doesn't do anymore. This SP is just, they've really upped their game now with this last update, and good things come to those who wait. So why not take our time and go through each section? In this video, I'm just going to talk about the looper, and I'll get into other videos about the other things as we go forward. Let's get into it. First things first, you have to turn the looper on. And unfortunately, when you turn the looper on, we're going to lose access to the skip back. So to do that, you hit shift and the enter key, and it's going to ask you if you want to enable the looper. So the answer to that is yes. So we're going to hit OK. And now when we hit mark, it's going to go into the looper. When I first found out about this, I tried it. I said, all right, no problem. Maybe we could turn the sub pad into the skip back option. But I tried that and it doesn't work. So skip back doesn't work at all. And let's just go over what each thing is. So you have your measures. Here is free. They also have 2 measures here, 1 measure, or 4 measures. Okay, so that's what this measure tab is for. I'm going to keep it on 1. They also have an auto trigger here where you can auto trigger the recording, or you can have it wait for the recording. Let me just demonstrate what that's about. So now it's on auto trigger. So if I hit record, it's going to wait. And as soon as I hit a key or a pad, it's going to start recording as it just did. So it just recorded that. Let's stop that. Shift pattern select to erase. And that's what the auto trigger is about. But if you turn the auto trigger off, I don't like this feature. It's always better to keep it on, but I just want to show you just for your own knowledge. So if you turn the auto trigger off, as soon as you hit record, it's going to start recording. As you can see, the progress bar, now it's recorded something. So now the only way to record is to go into overdub mode, which is resample. But let me not get ahead of myself. Let me delete that. So I say all that to say, I would just keep auto trigger on. So that way the SP waits for you, waits for when you're ready. And then as soon as you hit something, then it will record. Then you have your BPM here, which is the 3rd tab. Let's keep the BPM around 80. 80 should be good to start. You can change it as you go if you want. Those are the 3 tabs on top. Then you have the shift key here, but you can go into other tabs. But let's talk about the level. This level here, level 127, I still don't fully understand how that works with this looper. So anybody that does understand, put it in the comments. We don't all know everything. And as I said, we're going through this thing together. So if you do fully understand with this level 127 and feedback 100%, how that kind of integrates into this looper, please put it in the comments so we can kind of pick up on that. We'll get back to that. Also, if you hit shift here, you have the option to either keep it on looper so that you can overdub what you did or add things on top of it, or you can access your buses, bus 1, bus 2, if you want some effects in there. And they also have a dry signal if you don't want anything. So we're going to keep this on looper. They also have a routing here for mix if you are looping something within the SP, and they have an external where if you want an external instrument, or maybe you're sampling something into it and you want to loop that. So let's keep it on mix for now. And if you look in the bottom tab here, it'll say level 127, and it's also your metronome volume. You hit the enter key and it'll bounce between the level and the metronome volume. And you can turn the key to do that. And that's basically it. So let me let go of shift. And when you let go of shift, it'll bounce back to the level feedback. If you look at the very bottom underneath the progress bar, it'll say empty. That just lets you know that the looper is empty. There's nothing in it. But once you put something in it, it'll say play, record. Your record becomes your play stop button. I'm going to hit record, and I'm going to just hit that kick there, and you'll see it says record. Now it's playing. And if I hit record, it'll stop. If I hit record again, it'll play. So basically, stop, play, stop, play. That's what that record becomes. Although you do have the bus option here, you can actually turn your buses on when you record or when you're looping and then turn it off. For instance, I just recorded this kick and the bus is on. So the kick kind of has that echo sound of that reverb on it. But let's say I don't want that reverb on the snare. I'm going to turn the bus off and I'm going to record the snare on top of this reverb kick. So I'm going to hit resample to throw it in the overdub mode. And you'll see overdub at the bottom. And I'm going to add this snare. And you see the snare doesn't have the reverb on it. But let's say I don't like that and I want to put some reverb on the snare. I'm going to hit shift. I'm going to stop it, hit shift, pattern select to undo that snare. And I'm going to re-record it with the reverb on it. So let's turn the reverb back on, or the bus 3 and 4. I just turned that back on, and let's grab the snare with the reverb on it. And you see it says overdub wait. So as soon as I hit the snare, it's going to start recording. So I just wanted to point that out, that you don't even have to turn the bus 1 or bus 2 on. You can just record it with the effect on it if that's what you want. If you want the effect to be on the hi-hat or you want the effect to be on the snare or the kick, then just record it that way. So that way you don't even have to go into the bus and turn it on. So let me delete this. The drawback to this is you can only undo one step, and that's always going to be the last step. But as far as I know, you can only undo your last step. Your only other option is just delete whatever you did. So I'm going to delete that, what I just did, because it just sounds like, but I'm just demonstrating, so it doesn't really matter. In a future update, maybe you can undo more steps in the looper mode. So now it's empty. Let's turn the metronome on. And let's loop something. Record. So now it's waiting for me to record. And then we have it. Let's turn this down some. If I want to add something on top of that, I have to hit resample, and then it's going to go into overdub mode so I can overdub over what I just looped. So let's do that. Hit resample. Let me turn the metronome up because I can't really hear it. So I just turned the metronome up to 5. Let me throw another hi-hat. I don't like that last hi-hat. Let's take that out. All right, let's put that in. For demonstration purposes, this sounds okay. Let me just add a kick in. So I'm gonna hit resample again, throw it in the overdub mode. I don't know about that. So let's try something with this level. I was playing around with this, and this is what I found. The sample is kind of high. So I'm going to go over here to level, and I'm going to turn this down to about 100. Then I'm going to go to feedback, and I'm going to turn feedback to about 75. No, 80. Let's do 80. When I resample or throw it in overdub mode, it's going to record it, or it's going to overdub at that new volume level. Hit resample and it's going to overdub. And you see how it turned it down? It turned the sample down. I think that's how the feedback works. All right, let's turn the feedback down even more. I'm gonna turn the feedback down to 50, 55. And I'm gonna overdub and watch, you're gonna see it lower the volume. So it just lowered the volume of everything with the feedback. So I think that's what that feedback thing does. The feedback does something with lowering the volume, the percentage of the volume. I'm not 100% sure, but I would love to know how that works. So somebody could put that in the comments what this feedback is about. I would love to see how that works. So I just deleted everything. I got the idea down. So I'm going to put the idea down real quick, and we're going to copy this to, or save this to a pad rather. And that's really how the looper works. Let's add some reverb on the snare. So I just turn on bus 3 and 4 to add some reverb on my snare. And then we can change the BPM. If you want to speed it up a little bit. Once you find the BPM you like, and once you find the loop that you like and the groove, you hit copy, and you can copy that groove to a pad. Now, that's here on this pad. Now, the only thing that I would like to add, or the only thing that's not here, is the fact that you can't mix and match the BPMs. So if I wanted to play this at 105 BPM and then play maybe the snare at 80 BPM, it won't let me do that. And then when I try to do it, it'll always say, for instance, if I wanted to overdub, if you notice, it says, please reset rate. If you notice, it'll say, please reset rate on the screen. So it wants me to put it back to the original BPM in order to record. So I wish it would let you mix and match the BPMs. That's something that maybe they can add later. But outside of that, if you want to bring it back to the original BPM, you just hit pitch speed and it'll go back to the original BPM, and then it'll let you overdub. But that's it for the looper. But fantastic feature, a wonderful feature. I think this is great. If you play guitar, or you play any kind of external instrument, piano, and you want to loop what it is that you do, and then go in here and add some drums on it, I think this is a fantastic feature. And I will be back with another video. Until that time, stay awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, take care.